My name is Nur Ainin Sofia binti Makhir. Today our group wants to present our map project. Each member have to create an interactive website contain 4 components, which is animation, video, podcast, and quiz. So I want to share my website. This is my website that I create in a Google site. This is the scope, derivative, heat stress, impact on livestock, working in post-harvest agriculture environment. This is the first component, which is animation. This first component to make animation to make graph. This graph allow user to adjust the temperature using the slider and observe how heat the affect the livestock. So you can just adjust this. Then you can start simulation. Then you can see how the graph going. Then you can pause and then reset it. This is how to calculate model heat stress that I got from the DeepSeek. This is what I use to ask the DeepSeek how to make the animation. This is the video. The second component that I have to make.
Hey there, college pals. Ever wondered how math specific?
Okay, that is the video about short video that explain how heat stress impact on livestock working in post-harvest agriculture. So this is what I use to at the AI video. So this is the podcast.
Yeah, it's this link between, well, something maybe from an old math class and a really pressing sort of real world problem.
Right. It's fascinating how these
This podcast about two people that talking about the impact on livestock working in post-harvest agriculture environment. So this is what I use that the what from the doctor give. I copy that to create the podcast video, and then this is the last component is quiz that have multiple choices that you can choose to test your understanding about the derivative heat stress of the livestock. So you can just to test your understanding, then you can submit the quiz. And this is the scope that I use to create the quiz by using the DeepSeek. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Lilhana Batrisha, and I'm going to present my website as per what Dr. Leonie asked. The title of this website is Heat Stress Impact on Livestock Working in Post-Harvest Agricultural Environments. In this website, I have 4 components, just like what Dr. Leonie asked, which is the animation of stimulation, the podcast video, and also the quiz. I'm going to start by explaining what a heat stress. Heat stress is actually a stress that was caused by heat itself. It affects livestock's health, productivity, and their well-being. First of all, I'm going to show you the animation that I made. This is the prompt that Dr. Leonie gave us, and I'm going to show you the how temperature and humidity actually impact the livestock. First of all, in this animation, you can adjust this so that you can see how high temperature actually affects animal. In this, we are going to use cattle and we are going to run the simulation. eh, And we can actually see how high temperature actually cause stress level to the livestock. And then we are going to see the humidity impact. High humidity reduces the effectiveness of evaporative cooling, which means in hot weather, we are going to sweat. Not we, but the livestock. The livestock are going to sweat, but there is no wind to actually evaporate the sweat. So, high humidity actually reduces the effectiveness of evaporative cooling. The second one is the podcast and the video. This is the prom as well. And the podcast
Get
lasts
ready,
about
because
5 minutes. 5 minutes, and the video lasts about 2 minutes.
hey there, future mathematician.
Both this podcast and video actually talks about how heat stress impact on livestock working in post-harvest agricultural environments. And also it included the derivatives as well. But as per our topic this time. And the last one is the quiz. There is 5 questions here. You can choose any answer because it's a multiple choice answer. And for example, I'm going to submit this answer. You don't have to complete all the questions to see the answer. And it's going to show you the mark that you get. Okay. So in the answer, it will also tells you about the formula. Why is it wrong and the yada yada. In this question, there is no correct answer, but there might be a possible error in this question. So I'm going to end this by saying that we should actually take care about our livestock as well, because let's compare it to humans. If a human actually runs a marathon in hot weather, will will you be in a good health by the end of it? No, you wouldn't. You would most likely will uh, collapse due to heat exhaustion, and that's just how it impacts the livestock. They cannot work in a high temperature environment, and you expect them to do well in their productivity. So thank you. That's all from me.
Aileen, can you share the screen for me? So, hello everyone. My name is Nurali Fariza binti Razi. My number matrix F24A1278. And I want to present about heat stress, impact on livestock working in post-harvest agriculture environments. So, the first one, here we can see my animation on the screen. Aileen, can you scroll it? Okay. So here you can see the livestock type. You can change the livestock type, which is cattle. Okay. So is the derivative sensitivity. You can change it and integral sensitivity. And this you can choose whether it's milk day, hot day, or heat wave or anything, and it will show the result on the graph. So okay, scroll. Okay, so here the how calculus models heat stress. So scroll. Next, we have the video of mastering derivative, heat stress, and livestock. So in this video, it explains what a derivative is in math. So derivative help us know how fast something is changing. So in this case, it help us to see how fast the temperature or humidity change. So that help us understand when animals might start feeling heat stress. Okay, let's go. So
Hey
here's
everyone.
the video.
So have you ever wondered how math can actually help?
Okay. Okay, next we have the podcast about modeling heat stress with derivative podcast. So this podcast, it can show how derivative can be used in real life, especially for farmers and someone who working with animals. So in the podcast, we explain simply things and give you examples about heat stress and animal care. Okay, can you play the podcast?
Okay, welcome back,
Uh,
everyone. Let's get straight into this deep
okay,
dive.
so here's the podcast. You can watch it more on YouTube. So and the last one, we have the math quiz about derivative in agricultural science. So you can just answer the math quiz because it just want to help us understand more about heat stress, heat, how understand how derivatives are used in farming and livestock problems. So you can just after you answer it, you can submit the quiz to see our score lah, and see we why the question is wrong, and so that's why we will more understand about it. So to conclude, this project shows that math can help us take better care of animals during hot weather, so we can predict heat stress and keep animals safe. That's all from me. I hope the students, farmers, and others can learn something useful from this. That's all from me.
So, hello guys. My name is Lojiai and my matrix number is F24B1016. So, today I would like to share about our math group project, which is how to use derivative to model heat stress to impact on livestock working in post-harvest agriculture environment. So, there are four components as like my teammate just mentioned just now, which is stimulation, video, and podcast, and the fourth is quiz. So let's go to the first one. So the first one is about the stimulation, which is livestock heat stress analyzer. So we can see that through this graph is still empty. So what we need to do is we need to adjust these three part of thing, which is ambient temperature, relative humidity, and work intensity. So we just drag it. And below that, it has mitigation strategies. So we just tick all. We just tick all, and then we press start stimulation. So it will show us the result. Okay, so this part, it will show us the status of an animal, their body temperature, heat stress level, critical time estimate, and their temperature change rate. And we can also reset if you want to adjust to another value. And after showing all of this stimulation, there are some mathematical foundations about this derivative. So it is like kind of formula for this topic. So it has core differential equation and heat stress index. So this is the first part of the stimulation. So moving on to the next one is about before that I use DeepSeek to create all this stimulation. All this to create the stimulation, and move on is the video.
Hey there, future mathematicians. Today I'm
So this video is created by InVideo AI, and with the same method, I use this scope to create the video, and its duration is in 2 minutes, so that we can understand about the use of derivative to model heat stress impact on livestock working in post-harvest agriculture environment. So this is the video. And moving on to the third part is about podcast. So the third part of podcast is also the same.
Hey everyone. Imagine you're out in the field after harvest. The sun is blazing.
Okay, so in the third part, I use two methods, which is in video form and in this podcast recording form. So if anyone have this link, if they are interested to hear the recording, they can press this link at here so that they can hear the recording of the podcast, but without video lah, without video. So the last part was the quiz. So for the quiz, I use the same method as the first one, stimulation, which is DeepSeek. So I just copy the scope, and then I created the quiz. So after we have seen all front three parts of that, you may challenge yourself. How far are you understand about this topic? And you can just answer that. It's only 5 questions. So after we answer it all, it will submit. Then we click submit and it will come out with the result. So it will also have the answers for you lah, whether you are correct or not, and they also have the explanation of the quiz. So this is all the part and the component that I have done for this project, and I would like to give a big thank to Dr. Leonie for teaching us how to create all of this by using DeepSeek, in-video AI, and a Google to create the podcast, so that we know that after that, when we are doing this kind of thing, that we can do it in a simple way, with using all of the prompt and just key in the prompt that we want or the topic that we want. So this is the most important that I have learned from this project. So this is all my sharing. So thank you, everyone.